Hello, fellow gamers. This is HUD Zero, the old school gamer, and of course the Ironheart of Xbox, and welcome back to Gamers Play. As you can see in the title, it is the final episode. But I do have to tell you that this is not the end for me. I've actually had this channel for just going over about maybe a little over 5 years. And I do have quite a few followers. But I've actually had it as a learning experience. One, because at first I found it to be something that I wanted to have as a hobby. Then I decided I wanted to have something that I could probably build a career. Then I had it because I felt it was necessary to have my voice heard. But over the years, I've actually built a more of knowledge for what doing this type of thing is, because I feel like video games have evolved in such a way that can be informative, but also it can be tedious as well. Look at how the industry is. I mean, it's had its ups and downs. You've seen Xbox evolve and de-evolve, and then evolve again. And of course, you've seen regulations, and you've seen this FTC, court cases, and you've seen politics get involved, and then you hear about DEI, and you hear about inclusiveness, and you hear about all these things, and it really frustrates everyone, but not just myself, but gamers who just want to play. They want to have a good time. They want to play the game. Now they don't want to hear about all the logistics. They just want to hear about the game. Now, if you want to get yourself into the gaming industry and you want to be involved with, becoming a developer, or publish your own games and become an indie developer, maybe some of these things will have interest. But a lot of the channels that I've actually been watching over the years, they either became more of a news channel, that involves a lot of the logistics of who did what and how much money this person or this company has made, or what they taken away, or companies closing down. These are all informative, but then it destroys the narrative about the games itself. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, I used to watch, GamePro TV, or, of course, X-Play, which was called Extended Play when it was part of Tech TV, and all these things. I feel like we've lost the way. Of course, I wanted to, resurrect G4, but of course, the companies that be decided to, hey, let's resurrect G4, and well, what happened? Politics got involved. A lot of personal feelings got involved, and it completely destroyed the channel, and it didn't even get a chance to be up for not even a month, and now it's gone, probably for good, and for good, probably for good. I don't know if anybody's going to be touching that again, and I highly doubt it. And then, of course, you had, a Electric Playground, you know, and you already know what happened to Tommy Tallarico, you know, with his whole debacle with his console, and you know, there's a lot of let's just say scandal was involved, and you know, but then you hear about you know the DEI thing, and you know about hey, you know, inclusiveness is actually is should be involved in gaming, and it's not about the game, it's about who's involved in it or who you put in there as a character or the lead character, and it's almost sickening. Okay, it's sickening. It's sickening. It's sick to my stomach, and that's the reason why I kind of just sat back and said, enough is enough. Do I really want to be involved in gaming because of this? Do I really want to stick around and you know and you know it just gaming just starts losing its luster. Playing games is not as fun anymore, and learning about new games just not as involving as it used to be. Everybody's always heckling about what company is doing what, and actually if the company's not doing what you like, you actually sit right there and you bash the company, and you say, you know, you tell them this, that, and the third. And how does that make you feel? And then you want to be included, you want to be heard, and then you want people to follow you, and you know, do you want to build this horde of haters and disgusting and yes men that just follow you to the ends of the earth like little lemmings? And is this what you want? Is this what gaming should be about? Do we really want politics to be involved in gaming now? And you have to keep on asking yourself, when you pick up that controller, what do you think about? Do you think about playing the game, or do you think about, is this a game that everyone else is playing? Should I play this game to bash it, or should I play this game because everyone else is playing it? Is this what gaming is supposed to be about now? You have to be included. You have to feel included to play these games. Do you have to? Does it have to be popular? Does it have to be that game? That makes you feel good. I don't know. I've been asking that same question to myself every single night that I pick up the controller. But then one day I decided to pick up the controller, and I started to just forget. I just forget about what everyone else has been saying. I forget about all the politics behind it. I forget about, you know, who said what, and how their political view is about a certain game, and you know, and what color their skin is, or what gender they actually are, and you know, if they're using pronouns or any of these things. I just threw all that out the window. Just pick up the controller, and I said, you know what? I had to look back. I had to reach back to the days when I first picked up a controller. I reached back to the days of Atari. I reached back to days of ColecoVision. I reached back to days of Intellivision. I reached back to the times of going to the arcade, when you actually heard the awesome sounds of the arcade machines, quarters going down the coin slots, people yelling and screaming at the games, and smiling and laughing and having a good time. They didn't think about how this game was made. They didn't think about, oh, you know, this game making a lot of money. They weren't thinking about that. You know what they're thinking about? They were thinking about playing the game. And I just feel like this is what the industry actually needs. The industry needs this. The industry needs to go back to its roots and realize that this is what we do. This is what we play. And you know, the term gamer has been loosely thrown around. What is a gamer? What is a gamer? You know, and a gamer can mean a lot of things. You know, but now I'm starting to realize that no, we're not gamers. We are players. Not the players that you know that you might think of, like not the ones who, you know, that you know get involved with girls or anything like that. We are players. We are like player 1 and player 2. We are the ones who play. We are the ones who actually play the game. You know, gamers is, I guess it's a name that's been tainted. You know, but it's not just game, it's what we play. And the games are the games. The games are the things that we actually play. If you understand the way that I'm trying to explain it. We, you know, are players. And I feel like we need to get back to that. We need to get back to, you know, getting involved in games. And also, people just need to stop listening to what others' opinions actually are. It's okay to have an opinion. And it's okay to, you know, agree or disagree. That's up to you. But it should not be definitive. What's definitive is how you feel about it. When you play the game, how do you feel? Not about what they feel. How do you feel? When you pick up the controller, how do you feel? Do you like the game? Do you feel like you're a part of the game? Do you feel like you're the character? Do you like the music? Do you like how it gets you involved? If you actually feel those and believe those things, you're playing. You're playing the game. You are a so-called gamer. But you're a player. And you play the game. And that's what it should be all about. It's not your skill set. It's not. You don't have to own a certain console just to enjoy games. Because, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And also, you know, you shouldn't worry about, you know, I mean, yes, some people who like bright graphics and ray tracing and 60 to 120 frames per second, you know, no dithering, anti-aliasing, you name it. Some people like to be involved in that. Maybe they want to get into graphic design. Maybe they want to create their own video games. Great, it's fantastic. I hope one of these days they get the opportunity to play one of your games. But do you really think that it should be the be-all, end-all to playing a game? Does it have to be ultra-realistic? Does it have to have long storylines? Does it have to, you know, be one of those games that have this you know, this extensive story? Not all games do. I mean, believe it or not, you know, I don't even understand the story of Donkey Kong, and I still enjoy it. The same thing with Pac-Man, you know. And those are games that you can come back to over and over and over again. Bejeweled and all that stuff. You can play these games and love them, just like I love them. But you know, I feel like the love of gaming, you know, is kind of lost nowadays. I mean, you gotta really enjoy what you're playing, you know, because if you're not enjoying what you're playing, then what are you doing? Are you playing just because you want to get clicks? Are you playing because you want to hear other people's thoughts or opinions about a game? Or are you playing because, hey, I want to see what's going to happen next. I want to see what happens when I open that door. I want to see what happens when I get that key. I want to see how far I can actually get into this game. I want to see how far I can go to actually, you know, to break it. You know, I mean, there are people who actually find glitches, speed runs. These are fun things you can actually do. And I'm hoping against hope that gamers nowadays, you know, use that knowledge to, you know, to understand that, or better yet, you don't have to really understand. Gaming should be about what it is. Fun, having fun, you know, making it yours, you know, your experience. And gaming is about experience. Gaming is about experiences. It's not about who and what and how popular a certain game is. It's about you. It's you and the game. And I'm hoping against hope that most of the world nowadays, especially in the world of gaming, can understand that.
Game over? No way! Cause we got Game Genie! We tell you when it's over.
With Game Genie, I decide how many lives I get.
I use it when I want to live forever.
Play to the end and win. Maybe I want to start on level 15.
No problemo!
It makes cool games like Street Fighter 2 more exciting.
That's frustrating!
With Game Genie, it ain't over.
So we say it's over. Excellent!
Game Genie for NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, and Game Boy. Codes from many popular games, each sold separately.
Mommy, I think I just had a dream.
So, in conclusion, it boils down to several factors. Why am I shutting this channel down? Well, there's several reasons. One, it's been a good run. I mean, I've had this channel change more than once, several times, off and on, tried to get a good schedule going, and it just wasn't working for me. So, right now, I'm actually gathering my resources and actually coming up with some very good ideas that I may be revealing to you guys fairly soon. Right now, everything is kind of top secret. I can't really go over any major details just yet, but it does involve the channel. It does involve what I want to do. So I just put it this way. Yeah, there are going to be a lot of changes. One, there's going to be a change in the name. Number two, there's going to be a change in the game. The way that I present the game, so to speak. So you can kind of think that I'm coming up with a hybrid of sorts. And I've seen, and witnessed a lot of podcasts nowadays that are, some are doing it right and some are doing it completely wrong. And of course, getting politics involved in it is an absolute no-go. I don't want to discuss all the logistics about certain games. It's cool to actually understand about the development, how the game was actually made, which is great. That's fun. It's good. I would love to know who's involved. I would love to know about the music and the graphics and all that stuff. Those are cool things to spread, to understand, to learn about, especially if you want to get into the tech field. It's great stuff. But I don't want to hear about, what scandal is going on. I don't care about who's getting fired or who's, doing what. Studio closures happen all the time, and believe it or not, I've had a number of them that I got completely upset about, and everyone knows about them. But hey, this is HUD Zero, the old school gamer, signing off on Gamers Play, but I will return.